Hello, universe. Happy Monday. Wow. This is going to be a long drive on a consistent basis. I'm definitely going to have to buy a new vehicle, but I do believe there's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential. A lot of potential. So we went to check out the new units today. I said units. Yes. We went down south about... Just keeps getting worse and worse, doesn't it? Let's make it sound. We went down south and about 75 miles to roughly the middle of nowhere, close to the middle of nowhere, to check out the units. And the location that we went to, the biggest prison first, and toward their locations. They look, the first one looks really easy in a lot of ways, because the two locations that we service inside of the gates, well, one is a little further away, but one is right at the biggest one is right beside the front door. So that actually makes things really, really easy. And that's great. That's what we want. Things that are really, really easy to get to. So, and this first unit is the money maker. It's the one that makes the most money over the weekends, which is the reason why Mark does Saturday visitations. Now, looking at Mark's machines in the larger unit's visitation area, he only had 3 empty spots per machine. These machines hold 32 items, 32 selections. So it made me think that potentially what Mark's doing is not, he's filling the machines, are really more topping them off, but he's not topping them off to a place where they need that much attention. What they're losing the most is chip rows on chips. That's where they lose the most, because they don't eat as much candy or all that other stuff. They eat a lot of chips. So, because chips are conceivably cheaper, and when you eat a chip, you conceivably get more, right? So, I'm wondering if we can pull off getting a lot more chips in the machines, and then potentially, we'll still go back twice a month on weekends, because of the first 2 weekends of the month in vending are usually pretty busy. They usually are, because that's when people take the breaks. A lot of people who buy from our machines, not all, but a large percentage, get paid either monthly by the state, or by their job, or by social financial support, meaning Social Security, or lower income people who get financial assistance. So those are usually, and the other ones who usually come and visit because their husbands, in this case, or fathers, are incarcerated, and so their ability to make money is not as high. Now, unfortunately for me, it doesn't mean I can charge less because they make less, because I have a business to run. That's the rub of it to some degree. My job is to make sure that they have the best variety and the happiest selection they can in the machines, so that when they buy something, they're like, oh, I'm not just spending 80 cents on something, all the time, that I eat every day or whatever that I can buy at the store. That I have some unique selections that I cannot get at my local store. So that's my goal. Still give them their staples like Nacho Doritos and Cheetos and Lay's Classic, but mix it up. Let them see there is sour cream and onion in the machines. Let them see that kind of variety. Well, that's the goal. That is the goal. And so far it looks like we can offer some pretty good variety. I feel pretty confident about it. And like I said, I think we make it to a place where if we fill it up and find enough coils to limit the number of machines that or more coils so there's more chips in the machines, then we can get to a place where we potentially do not have to refill on the 3rd and 4th weekends of the month, unless there is a special holiday like Christmas or Thanksgiving or some such, because they should endure. So that's the good news. It's very good news, and the potentials are very high. I've seen he's told me what the machines make in each location per week, and that's great. It's great. But like I said, I just don't think he's going to need to fill those machines every week. Every other location, it would survive without being serviced more than once a week. It really would. It really, really would. So, it would work without being serviced more than once a week. So, once a week service and they should be fine. So, that location looks pretty darn easy. Pretty darn easy. Now, when it comes to other locations, the next location. And the convenient time is in the morning. We usually service around 7:30. They said that's really the best time to get in. Before 8's usually the best time, and that's great for us because that's about the time that we would get there, and it makes it easy. So the first prison, the larger prison, looks like it's going to be pretty easy to take care of. Now let's go to the next prison. The next prison might not be as easy to take care of. Because what we're going to run into there is they don't really have a set time that they think is best, because their schedule is, I suppose, just out of order for some reason. So they don't really, when I asked them what was the best time for us to get in, they said there really isn't a best time. Well, now conceivably there is a best time. I just need to chat with the warden, because we have candy and all that kind of stuff, and it will melt, and in this heat, and we keep our candy cold before we leave the storage unit. It's cold, so that when it's in the machines, when it's finally put in the machines, it's still very firm and strong. I'm not sure that's going to be the case here, but we shall see. And so that's the first unit. The second unit, like I said, I was saying, they're the ones that are they don't have a schedule concept of when it would be best. They're saying around 10 or 11 o'clock. But see, the thing is that Mark got in there and asked them, but when I was asking them, Mark was throwing in his, how he gets there. But he's always done it at 10 or 11. So, he doesn't really need to be involved in that conversation. Because I need to ask them and not have Mark saying, well, this is the time I come. Because they're so used to when Mark comes that they don't think about there being any other time. I need to throw it at them and let them say, okay, well, this is really the best time. Really the best time. Because this is when we know our schedule's free and we have people coming in and da-da-da-da. It's the best time. So that was a little bit of an annoyance that Mark was throwing in when he got there, because that's because Mark doesn't go early in the morning. He loads early and then goes. And that's not how you should do business like this, where you're telling people, well, this is what I do. Well, I don't think your schedule works in the long term like that. It's my opinion, but I think the best way to service machines is in the morning, because there's less